Hey friends. I think I'm going through a really interesting phase in that I almost there's a feeling inside of me right now, and it's something that it's really interesting to look at it, because I look at it and I'm like, this feels so bad. I feel so intensely, not depressed, but like there's something really gnawing at me. And I'm tempted to say, or to convince myself, that it's new, that there's something about it, that something has changed. But then when I really look at my mind, when I really just look, it's evident to me that it has always been there. This thing that's gnawing at me, that feels like it's gaining intensity, it's like somebody turned the volume up on it. It's been there for a long time. And so in some weird way, there's almost a sense of relief associated with feeling it more intensely, and with the fact that I can't seem to evade it, avoid it, hide from it anymore. It's like, on the one hand, that's excruciating, and on the other hand, it's a relief, because it's like, well, now I'm just kind of looking at what's true. And I feel like underneath it is a surge of power that I've maybe never felt before. I've maybe never really ever fully embraced. And that is becoming more apparent too. There's a sense of my own power. There's a power within me that I've had access to it, but it's been access that's been kind of circumscribed by certain situations, certain circumstances, certain periods of time. And what I think is changing is it's like I can't accept that anymore. It's like there's a part of me that can't accept that limitation anymore. And so I'm thrown into this kind of excruciating crucible of discomfort. And, you know, I mean, I talk a lot about this on this post about the inner work that I'm doing, right? Like that's kind of one of the main points of my doing this post. And I've done any number of video posts on the value of this practice in and of itself, and what it has given me and why it has been such an important practice for the last almost 4 years. But admitting where I am to myself, like actually letting it in, and acknowledging that what's coming up right now is like an excavation of old shit that just needs to be fully felt, needs to be not neglected, not avoided. A lot of it is not real. A lot of the agitas that I experience is either self-imposed or not. It's like it's not deep truth. It's deep illusion. And deep illusion needs to be seen and seen through so that we can see deep truth. But it's remarkable how, you know, I think it's easy to, if you've done a bit of inner work or a little bit of even just like therapy, good therapy, you can start to think the illusions, that we're seeing through all our illusions because they're kind of like visible and on the surface. But the longer I do this work, the more I realize, you know, there's layers of illusion that require a commitment to getting all the way to the bottom layer, all the way through the bottom layer. And I think that that's what I'm experiencing. I'm experiencing my own, I'm experiencing the inevitable outcome of a commitment to getting through the bottom layer. And it's not always easy. It can be really uncomfortable. It can be really kind of wrenching. But totally worth it to get through all those layers. And it does make me appreciate and really kind of makes me appreciate and acknowledge what it really means to have that commitment. What are you looking for?
Hello?
Hey.
Oh my fucking god!
You didn't know I was here?
No.
I'm doing my video post.
Oh, sorry, I just cursed on your video.
Totally. That's totally fine. I wondered if you saw me when you came in. I was like, she. Wonder if I'm about to scare her.
Glad I was on my best behavior.
You just collecting kid stuff?
Yeah, we're gonna, do a little laundry. I came out and got, whatever breakfast stuff I could
Mm-hmm.
find. Got some, oats and whatnot.
Cool.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Bye.
I was just wrapping up. See you tomorrow, Julia.
Okay.
You never know when someone's gonna photobomb the video post. Always welcome. All are welcome. But appreciating and acknowledging that commitment in myself, I think in some ways this is good. It's good to have this insight because, and I try to do, it's funny because I talk about doing this for my students often. We want to validate the struggle that it takes to be committed to a practice or to be committed to a path. It's important to validate that struggle because often that's what we're going to feel when we're on the path or when we're in the practice. There will be times when it's smooth sailing and everything feels great and it's like, this couldn't be easier, but there'll be plenty of times when it doesn't feel like that at all and it feels like everything's going wrong and the train's coming off the tracks where everything is, we're doing everything wrong. We're getting it all wrong. We're not worthy of our goals, whatever our own internal sort of self-sabotage speak is. There'll be plenty of times when we feel that struggle, and we want to affirm that struggle is not an indicator of anything other than this process is a struggle sometimes. And so recognizing and really articulating the fact that this period that I'm in, something that's coming up for me, is part of a very important process. Yes, good. That's what that immediately brings me back into alignment and immediately affirms keep going. get thrown off by this, we're on the right track. So that's where I am today, folks. Layers of illusion. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you very soon.